Hi guys, Mia here with the Couture Beauty and Sewing Academy. And if you know me, then you know that I've used one brand of sewing machine forever, like over 10 years, with no problems and no issues. But about a year ago, I switched over to Bernina. You want to find out why? Want to hear all the deets? Stay tuned. I'm going to give you 5 reasons why I switched over to the best sewing machine brand in the world, Bernina. Check it out. All right, here we go. Number five. My daughter exposed me to the brand. Can you believe it? She was 10 years old. My daughter exposed me to the brand. Who knew? In 2020, my daughter did a special interview for Bernina, and they were celebrating National Sewing Machine Month, or National Sewing Month rather. They did an interview with her about sewing and the things that she loves about sewing and crafting and things of that sort. That interview was a big hit. They loved her, and they asked her to become a brand ambassador for them. She agreed, and she became the youngest brand ambassador for them in 2020. Well, because of that, I was exposed to the Bernina brand. And so Bernette is a part of Bernina, the sewing machine brand Bernette is a part of Bernina. And so they gave my daughter this Bernette B77 sewing machine as a part of her ambassadorship to test the machine out, play with the machine, sew on the machine, and just get a feel for their brand, their company. Well, I never had the opportunity to sit with the Bernina. I had heard of Bernina, but I never had the opportunity to experience one up close, live, and in action. And this exposure changed the sewing game for me completely. Watching her use the Bernette B77, the amazing things, the features that it has, the amazing things that it does, exposed me to a side of Bernina that I had never known. So at number 5, the reason I switched over to Bernina is because my daughter exposed me to the brand. Number 4, Bernina machines are extremely well made. Extremely well made. So I had the opportunity to sit on a B35, a B77, play with the machines, sew on the machines, and I began to appreciate the exceptional craftsmanship of these machines. So unlike many sewing machines on the market, most of them, a lot of them are extremely lightweight. They're kind of flimsy, constructed from plastic, but Bernina stands out. Bernina is so sturdy. Like this machine here, I can't even pick this up with one hand. I have to use 2 hands to carry this machine. The machines are sturdy. They sew effortlessly through various layers of fabric. They are just very robust. Even the thickest fabrics, this machine will sew beautifully through. And the craftsmanship of the machine just shows their durability. It's just beautiful. I love it. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. I can talk about it forever. Absolutely beautiful. And you got to check it out for yourself. I don't want you guys to take my word for it. I'm going to have you go down to your local dealer and play with it yourself. I mean, you got to experience it for yourself. The craftsmanship and just how well these machines are really made. You got to experience it for yourself. So at number 4, I switched over to Bernina because Bernina machines are very well made. The craftsmanship is second to none. Second to none. Let's look at number 3. Number 3, you get free mastery classes at your dealer when you purchase a Bernina. Unlimited mastery classes at that. So, my dealer is Rocking Bobbin. I got this machine from Rocking Bobbin, and they have a young lady there named Betty, and she is the machine guru. She knows about all of the machines. And so I took about 6 weeks of classes with her. I did the basic machine mastery classes, and then I also did the embroidery machine mastery classes because my machine is a combo machine. We'll talk about that later. This is a combo machine. So this machine will sew, garment sewing, which is my jam, is what I love to sew. But it is also an embroidery machine. So I have a 2-in-1. I have a combo machine here. And I took the classes with her. I did the basic classes. And then I took several weeks of embroidery classes to learn how to use the machine for embroidery. These dealer classes will change the game for you. There's no more pulling a machine out of the box, trying to figure out what this symbol means, looking in the manual, what does that mean? How do you do this? How do you do that? You're going to sit with someone who's very knowledgeable about the brand, knowledgeable about your specific machine, and then can walk you through all of the features on your machine, step by step, how to use them, how they work, the best threads to use, like all the things. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to think about it. There's no guessing. You're going to have someone holding your hand and walking you step by step through how to maneuver and navigate your specific machine. And it's forever. You can't beat that. It's great. It's great. You can't beat that. If you ever have a problem, if you're ever in need of any kind of help or anything like that, your dealer is right there to help you, and their specialists, their machine and product specialists are right there to help you with whatever you need. I absolutely love that. I mean, I was never left alone, and there was always a dedicated specialist that was always willing, Miss Betty, to help me and assist me with whatever I needed. Anything, didn't matter. If it had to do with this machine, she could help me. She could answer my questions. She could take away the anxiety, the fear, intimidation, whatever's there. So, number 3, third reason why I switched over to Bernina is because you get free mastery classes. Who wouldn't switch? Number 2, there are tons, and I do mean tons, of resources and inspiration available to you on Bernina's website. So I have a Bernina 535E. So that means, as I stated a few moments ago, this machine will sew garments beautifully, but it also sews for machine embroidery. And so on their website, there are manuals, and there are free projects, and there are little ebooks that you can download that give you mastery workbooks that you can download for sewing and for embroidery or whatever it is that you do. They have it there. They also have a website called We All Sew. It's a blog, and on that blog there's tons of projects, free projects, fun projects that you can use to inspire you for certain makes. If you're a beginner at something, you can find something that's beginner friendly and kind of get your feet wet with your machine, making that project. You can even look for upcoming and in-person classes, virtual classes, all kinds of things you can take on their website. And so there's just so much wonderful information, step-by-step tutorials, just all kinds of things to keep your creative juices flowing. You can't beat it. To have a website and a blog dedicated to making sure that you stay creative, even if you've lost your mojo, you can go to that website or go to the blog and kind of get your sojo back. You can get your inspiration, sparked again. You can get your creativity flowing again. I love it. There's just massive resources out there available from Bernina for you and for your machine. So coming in at number 2 is the plethora of tutorials and resources available, readily available right there at your fingertips. That's the reason why I switched over to Bernina. My number 2 reason why I switched over to Bernina, the Bernina brand. All of the resources, all of the inspiration. It's a creative's dream. It's Candyland. I love it. It's number 2. All right. We're all ready to number 1. Are you ready? Are you ready for my number 1 reason why I switched over to Bernina? Take a look. All right, here we are. Number 1. Number 1 reason why I switched over to Bernina is because it's designed for me as a garment sewer. Now, everything I said above, everything I said before, played a major role in my decision to switch over to Bernina. But this reason right here is the main reason why I made the switch, and I never looked back. It's the best decision that I've made in my sewing journey. I switched to Bernina because it's made for me as a garment sewer. So every time I heard about Bernina, about the brand, about the company, I've always heard that it's a brand for quilters. It's what the quilters prefer. It's what quilters use. That's what everyone said. So for me, I said, it's a brand for quilters. Why would I look any further into the brand? Because I don't quilt. I'm not a quilter. I don't want to be a quilter. And so I don't need a machine that specializes in quilting. I need a machine that's going to specialize in my specialty, which is garment sewing. Well, once I became accommodated with the brand because of my daughter being an ambassador, and I became familiar with the brand and able to kind of see their products in action, I quickly learned that that is not the truth. Bernina is not a brand that is made for quilters. It is not a brand that specializes in machines for quilters. So let me destroy that myth for you right now. That's not the truth. Bernina is a brand that specializes in whatever your specialty is. Whatever your specialty, that's what Bernina specializes in. Bag making, garment making, doll making, quilting, cosplay, leather work, wig making. I can go on and on. Whatever it is that you like to sew, that's what Bernina specializes in. It's that simple. That's what Bernina specializes in. For example, when I am creating garments, I've got to transfer pattern markings to cloth. I would always transfer the markings using tailor tacks. I would create tailor tacks by hand, and that's how I transferred all of my markings. Well, you can imagine just how mind blown I was when I discovered that Bernina has a presser foot, especially made for tailor's tacks. I said it. There is a presser foot that Bernina makes for tailor tacks. So I no longer have to create tailor's tacks by hand. I can do them right here on the machine with the special foot. Now, don't worry. In upcoming videos, I'm going to show you all kinds of fun how-to videos, and I'll show you how that presser foot works and all of the other amazing presser feet that they have. I'm going to show you how they work. But I was mind blown when I found that out. That was a game changer for me. It cut time out of my prepping, prepping for garment making. It cut time out for me, being able to make the tailor tacks by hand, transfer markings, several markings by hand, by machine rather, and not by hand. That's what I mean to say. Being able to transfer those markings by machine and not by hand. It cut the time in half for me, my prep time in sewing, because it just made everything so much easier, so much quicker. And so they specialize in garment making. That's a specialty presser foot that's designed for me as a garment sewer. But then there's all kinds of other feet, all kinds of presser feet that are designed for whatever your specialty is. That's what I love about Bernina. That's what I love about Bernina. So at number 1, I switched to Bernina because they specialize in garment sewing. Not just garment sewing though. Remember, Bernina specializes in whatever your specialty is. Whatever it is that you like to sew, that's what they specialize in. So that's it. That's the story. That's why I switched to Bernina. Those are my 5 compelling reasons, and I haven't looked back. But I don't want you to take my word for it. I want you to, I tell you what, if you're in Dallas, I'm in Dallas, if you're in the DFW Metroplex, I want you to go over to Rockin' Bobbin Quilt Shop. Ask for Stacy. Tell her that Mia sent you. Mia was talking about the machines and how amazing they are. And tell her to let you sit on the machines. She'll let you play with them. She'll let you try them out. She'll let you stitch with them. And you can see firsthand, feel the difference for yourself. Feel how robust they are, how well made they are, how sturdy they are. Look at the stitch quality, which is second to none. I mean, I encourage you to really do your research. I'm telling you, do your research. Look into the brand. Play with the stitches and just compare. Just take a look. You don't have to take my word for it. Just take a look. Look at the stitches that your machine makes, and then lay them juxtaposed to the stitches that a Bernina or a Bernette machine makes. It's night and day. It's a no-brainer. So those are my 5 reasons why I switched over. I encourage you to take a look at their blog, weallsew.com, and you can see all of the beautiful projects and inspiration on there. Maybe be inspired to create something yourself. Find a dealer in your area. If you're in another state, find a dealer in your area and go and check out Bernina for yourself. You won't be disappointed. I promise. You won't be disappointed. All right, until next time, happy stitching. I'll see you in a couple of videos to talk about all the great things, all the amazing features of this machine. We're gonna go a little deep. We're gonna go deep into all the beautiful things that this machine and the Bernette machine offers. I'll see you next time. Bye.